Sources are revealing a move that could change everything for the Eagles, my friend. The clock is ticking on a decision that could define the future of our franchise. The Eagles brass and Howie Roseman just received a direct and public message, and the situation involved shows that loyalty speaks louder in the National Football League. I am going to explain who this legendary player is, what this statement means for our stellar 2026 roster, and the full story behind this bombshell video that set the internet on fire. But first, if you are a die-hard Eagles fan, hit that like button and subscribe right now because the market is boiling and you need to know how this potential signing affects our highly anticipated season. With the 2026 free agency underway and the new season approaching fast, the Philadelphia Eagles front office has built an absolute fortress. The team, already known for being extremely aggressive and smart in roster building, is solidifying the defense in a scary way, focusing especially on the secondary. One name that stood out, popped up out of nowhere on social media and shocked everyone with a passionate statement, has become the main topic of the last few hours. Darius Slay, the legendary cornerback and old friend of our organization. The current situation is this. Slay insinuated before the start of the 2025 season that it would be his last year in the National Football League, indicating a possible retirement. However, time passed and he has not officially announced his retirement to date. And the news that just dropped, penned by reporter Patrick McAvoy, revealed the whole scenario. A video surfaced on social media this Sunday making huge noise. In this video, Slay spoke openly about the idea of playing in 2026 and was absolutely categorical, stating clearly, "No team can call me but the Eagles." This direct statement shows exactly where the player's heart is. Just to leave no room for doubt, Slay even went to his official X account and reposted the clip with the following caption. "Y'all be forgetting my first team All-Pro too now, damn I worked hard for that. Let me break this down for you so you understand exactly what is happening behind the scenes." Darius Slay's situation is fascinating and full of layers. His history wearing the Philadelphia jersey speaks for itself, but the recent context is full of twists. After leaving the Eagles, Slay had a stint with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but things changed abruptly when the Steelers chose to move on and head in another direction during the 2025 season. It was at that exact moment that the Eagles tried to act aggressively. Our front office placed a waiver claim on Slay last season because the team was desperately in need of a number 2 cornerback at that specific time. The interest in bringing him back was real, palpable, and undeniable. Otherwise, the front office would not have made the move. The big problem was that the Buffalo Bills had priority in the waiver order and took the player, although reports confirm that Slay never played a single game for the Buffalo team. The question is, does that same desire for a reunion still live inside the NovaCare complex? What makes this interesting is that, as of the time of this news, it is uncertain if the franchise still feels the same way after all the aggressive moves they made in the market recently. The addition or the simple consideration of bringing Slay back not only messes with the fans' emotions, but also collides with the reality of our current defensive system. Here is the deal. The Eagles' cornerback room is absolutely stacked today. Many already claim that the Eagles have, by far, the best cornerback group in all of football. We have 2 players who are already first-team All-Pros on our hands dictating the pace, Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. And that is not all. As if that was not enough, the team made sure to keep Michael Carter II in town, securing his stay. And the front office also signed former Pro Bowler Rick Woolen and 2-time Super Bowl champion Jonathan Jones. Adding a talent and a voice like Slay's would raise the inevitable question: how does this affect the current scheme? The team does not necessarily need to make any other move at this position right now. The house is in order. Having a training camp competition hurts nobody, especially at a low cost. In fact, having elite players fighting for space raises the level of everyone involved in the defensive system. But can the Eagles manage so many big names fighting for the same spots? The reality is that the availability of a legend who only wants to play in Philly is too tempting to ignore. What would happen if Slay arrived at camp and, with all his experience, beat out someone like Jones or Carter in an open competition for the roster spot? With the team's historical ability to manage the salary cap and find value in veterans, a signing like this would be financially advantageous. After all, Slay made it clear that he does not want any other team to call him. He is not looking to create a bidding war in the market. This indicates tremendous flexibility for the Eagles, who would get a heavy-hitting reinforcement at a very low cost, possibly at the veteran minimum. With the heavy signings of Jones and Woolen, financial space is always a key consideration to not compromise the future. This low-cost, high-reward scenario is a classic chess move by our front office. What makes this interesting is that the salary cap risk is practically zero, while the return in tactical experience and locker room leadership could be immeasurable. The real question becomes, does the front office want to spend a precious spot on the active 53-man roster on a position that is already completely loaded with talent? But Slay's explicit desire to return to Philadelphia is only part of the story. Because at the end of the day, roster depth and the brutal marathon that is the NFL season dictate the rules of success. The situation of our secondary today is a true luxury, something that 31 other teams would love to have. But if we look at the reality of football and the history of injuries that inevitably happen, the perspective changes. Besides Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean playing at an absurd first-team All-Pro level, we need to remember that an injury at a crucial moment can change everything. What does it mean for our ambitions if one of our defensive pillars takes a hit and misses important weeks in December or January? That is exactly where the mentality of stacking talent justifies itself. The presence of a player who knows our culture, understands our fans' demands, and has already proven his worth in the league is an invaluable insurance policy. Can the Eagles overcome any setback with this amount of stars in the secondary? This is a development worth monitoring day after day. And while the possibility of Darius Slay's return depends exclusively on our general manager deciding to pick up the phone, another crucial aspect is evaluating the reinforcements we have already brought in. The truth is that our main alternative, our plan B in case Slay's phone never rings, is already secured in the building, and it is a terrifying plan for opposing quarterbacks. If we do not bring Slay in, who will be the big standout in the rotations? We already have Rick Woolen, a former Pro Bowler with rare physical attributes looking to dominate again. We already have Jonathan Jones, bringing his vast experience and a two-time Super Bowl champion mentality to the meeting room. We already have Michael Carter II guaranteeing an enviable technical depth. In a direct comparison, betting on the players who just signed brings the security of having athletes already inserted into the new planning. The pro of bringing Slay is the heart, the leadership, and the immediate passion for the franchise. The con is the surplus of players fighting for the exact same snaps in practice, which could delay chemistry. Should the Eagles just focus on polishing the chemistry of the current group, focused on Mitchell and DeJean, instead of adding another veteran variable to this equation? That is a tough decision ahead. With the uncertainty of whether Slay will actually postpone his retirement to play in 2026, the big doubt if the franchise still maintains the same intense desire it showed when it made the waiver claim in 2025, and the incredible reality of having the best cornerback room in the NFL, what would be the best decision for the Eagles aiming for absolute conference dominance? Should the front office pull the trigger, take advantage of the low cost, and make that call to the old friend to join an intense battle in training camp? Or would the ideal move be to focus energies and roster space solely on the stars and signings that are already secured? Leave your opinion right here in the comments. Do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I will be back later to update you with the latest Eagles news, my friend.